This is about where I'm going to be talking today. Hey, Howard, the guy from football, and look at the stuff's happening down there. People say it's like chess, but I don't know how I got hired because I don't know what's going on.
Well, you see here, the first thing you got to realize is sexual assault is prevalent in the locker room, but it's really just more of a hazing thing. It's just boys being boys.
Yeah, the boys back here. You take the circle. We've both become John Madden.
You got two guys watching the door over here.
Oh, yeah, you got the squiggle. Is it longer than it makes two balls and a penis?
And, boom!
Everything about quick pop.
And the defensive line is holding down the rookie running back, and boom!
I don't know. He's got the voice for it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's been stuck in my head.
I watched the sequel, Pig and Chicken Attack. Not as good.
Oh, I'm sure. I watched one thing he did in German that was really weird. I was like, okay, this is still kind of fun. But I was like, I'm not going to look farther than this because, like, you see the one thing and then you see something else and it also makes you happy. Like, that's...
No.
Walk away.
You captured lightning in a bottle.
Mm-hmm. It's not sketch comedy either. It's a dude singing about chickens. So
yeah.
At a certain point, you're going to hit some diminishing returns.
Well, it's interesting. I took a class in grad school about, like, virality, like when videos go viral. And they were talking about Charlie Bit My Finger. The dad who got that tried to make a sequel. He was just like, whoa, I mean, Charlie Bit My Finger got, I don't know, fucking mad number of views, millions of views.
Sure, but that's it.
But that's because it was the magic of the moment. It's like the Ocean Spray guy. Who got COVID, by the way.
What?
Yeah, the Ocean Spray longboard guy. You know what would be fucking funny as shit? If Ocean Spray gave him an Ocean Spray branded ventilator.
That's what this was paid for by your viral video.
Thanks for all the publicity. This is the least we could do.
It's the worst thing in the world, dude.
Come on, Dogface, do a TikTok.
You know what's funny? I think the one solace is that a lot of the people who are like, this virus isn't anything, are the ones that are getting really sick right now. A lot of them. And that's kind of nice. I'm kind of okay with that. There's a lot of things going on online where they're like, you have to be civil and, you have to wish them well and hope them better. And I'm that guy who's in the corner being like, boy, a lot of people are going to pee on Mitch McConnell's grave when he dies. Aren't you guys going to pee on Mitch McConnell's grave? I think it's going to get wore down quicker than Gigi Allen's from all the piss that people are going to pee.
Yeah.
They better put it somewhere safe because, like, I will take a pilgrimage to Mitch McConnell's gravesite to pee on it after he dies.
People are going to do way worse to Mitch McConnell's grave than piss on it.
In an apparent grave robbing, again, Mitch McConnell's body was exhumed and dressed like Ronald McDonald. That's right.
We just put him on a park bench like the Ronald McDonald in Burlington. That creepy bench with the Ronald McDonald statue on it.
Mitch McConnell, and someone also has picked up Ronald Reagan and all these other well-preserved presidents.
It's all a bit, Ronald McDonald, Ronald Reagan, Mitch McConnell. It might be too much of a thinker
Roy
for some
Moore
people.
dies in the same amount of time. They get Roy Moore for sure. He's up there.
They put him at a jungle gym.
Oh, it's so depressing.
Oops. Yep. I don't know, man. Weird times. I will say one thing, though.
What's that?
It is so much better. The dynamic is so much better when we're in the same room.
It's so much easier.
It's magic. It's like masturbating. It's fine to do remotely, but it's great when you do it in the same room.
Well, it's more fun now because there's a small sense of guilt that comes with it.
Breaking the law.
But you get to that point where I sit there and I went, I have spoken to no one this entire time. I haven't seen anybody. I've seen my parents, and I got a haircut. Full disclosure. So.
Well, I hope it was worth it. You're killing Grandma.
I'm killing her. I don't have grandparents. They're all dead.
Well, I do. So don't you go giving it to me.
Yeah, from sitting. If you can get COVID from watching Netflix and playing free video games on your computer, then I am going to kill a lot of people. A lot of people are going to die out there.
I'm amazed, though. I got to say, and I please understand what I mean when I say this. All the people that are making the argument like, well, the virus isn't a big deal. What is it, like 2% of people die and everyone gets better for the most part?
Such a prickish argument.
But at the same time, and I realize the reasons behind it, how come Chris Christie got better? Like that should have killed that fat fuck. He is a walking ball of
it's because
comorbidities.
the rich have figured out like once you get it, what you need to
And
get
that's
to
what
be
it is.
okay.
Steroids and shit.
Yeah, it's just like they've got it down to a couple of drugs, and when you're important, it's prohibitively expensive stuff. It's the kind of stuff where like Chris Christie, where his like remember like when we talked about it way back on the show, where it's like he closed the beaches, but there's his family out on the beach.
Yep.
Like, that's the same thing. Like, COVID's not a big deal. Watch. $10,000 worth of drugs later. See, it was fine. Do you think Donald Trump is like peak physical health?
According to his hippie doctor.
Like, you imagine how much money they pumped into Donald Trump when he got sick. An absurd amount, because he was up and at 'em like a couple of days later. It's fine. Unless they did that thing that I feel like must have happened sometime in the American history where like the president died and they're like, this can't happen. And there's enough that people who can like do the impression and look like him and will say the right stupid things.
Operation Doppelganger.
If they can trade out Melania, they can definitely trade out Donald Trump.
Yeah. I just love that
easy.
rally that he did right after. Like, right. He was probably still infectious. And they're like, get up on stage. And he was just hopped up like a fucking club kid on ether. And he's like, I want to make out with all the women. I want to make out with all the guys.
I feel like he must always be. I mean, like, at this point, when like you hear the crap he says, I just don't get it anymore. I don't get it. There's so many people out there are like, listen, he's the real president and he's gonna win. The election's not over. They're still saying it, and there's a lot of them. I'm kind of at a loss to how to describe it. As somebody who loves like making fun of stupid people, it's just really hard, and I don't understand why. I don't get why that is.
Well, this is a literal embarrassment of riches for you then, if you like making fun of stupid people.
I feel like I blew a fuse though.
You did too much.
Yeah, it's like, like when you're younger and like you really like sugar, but you have too much of it and you're diabetic for the rest of your life. Like it just that thing snaps in you, and there it is for the rest of your life. I feel like that's what's happening now. Maybe I'll never be funny again. Yeah, that's it. I just can't.
Maybe
can't do it anymore.
Maybe this is the last episode we should do.
Just round it out.
Just be
100,
done.
Just quit.
Yeah.
Quitting sounds nice. New from the makers of Pet Squid and Do-It-Yourself Take-It-Home Phlebotomy Kit, it's Shovel for Men. That's right, Shovel for Men. Ordinary shovels are made for digging, but only Shovel for Men is made for digging and exclusively for men.
I'm what you might call the last of a dying breed. A real man's man. I wipe my ass with roofing nails, I comb my hair with a gun, and I don't consider it sex unless there's a statue of the Christ on the cross watching us from the corner of the room. Guess I'm just old-fashioned like that. Now, I've tried other shovels, but only Shovel for Men packs the manly punch that I expect from a gardening tool. And it may be a shovel for men, but the ladies love it.
Oh my God, Stacy, that creepy guy with the shovel is back.
Ew. I would have sex with a shovel before I'd ever go near that loser.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Ordinary shovels cost a fortune, and they're murder on your rotator cuff.
Oh, fuck my rotator cuff!
Shovel for Men's ergonomic design mimics the weight and feel of a regular shovel, but with a distinctly masculine twist. Mother always wanted a girl. She used to doll me up in frilly little dresses and big floppy bows. One Halloween, she even dressed me up like John Benet Ramsey and took me trick-or-treating. People were not happy. But that was mother for you. The woman was a literal demon from hell, and that's why she had to be destroyed. An ordinary shovel would have become lodged in her neck and broken off at the handle. But Shovel for Men didn't just decapitate my mother in a single clean stroke. It also dug one hell of a grave. And when I desecrate it later so I can masturbate with mother's feet, I'll be using Shovel for Men. Shovel for Men is backed by a lifetime guarantee from the National Shovel Association. But don't just take our word for it. Here's celebrity spokesman John Wayne.
Now this here's a shovel for men. It ain't for broads, fruits, midgets, mongoloids, or Polacks. A fella can use it to dig ditches all day, then go home and beat 7 shades of shit out of the dog just to feel like a big man. So you pushed your son down the stairs. You didn't do it because he's a gay commie. It's because he was acting gay and being a commie. That's the problem with the kids these days. Too soft and spoiled. Well, listen here, bucko. I didn't crawl on my belly through the muck at Iwo Jima just so a generation of caramel-coated queens could sit at home sucking off the government tit. Christ almighty, I wish the cancer would just take me already. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the shovel. High quality, low cost, and manufactured in the greatest country in the world. China? Ah, son of a bitch.
Shovel for Men is available in 4 classic colors and comes with a handsome carrying case. Order now and we'll throw in a second Shovel for Men, a $90 value, yours free. What are you waiting for? Pick up the phone and dial 1-800-555-7485. Operators are standing by. That number again is 1-800-555-7485.
Oh, just buy the shovel, cupcake.
I've already quit at pretty much everything else, or been fired, so
Well, give it time, Rory. I can always kick you off the pod and replace you with a lady.
listen, someday a producer comes to you with a contract like, well, we could just, give you more money and kick him off. And you're just like, how much more money?
Look, we know you do the editing. We know you make the artwork. If we were to replace Rory with a woman of color, how would that I'd be like, stop it. You had me at you do all the work.
Yeah, great. Listen, we're going to get you and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on the new Skimbo Lounge. Oh, well, all right, you and Vin Diesel talking about life.
That's what I want to see. You and Vin Diesel, and then me and Barry Weiss. Because those would just be 2 really awful podcasts.
I'm just super spiteful and bitter. And I also named mine the Skimbo Lounge. Like, yeah, I got right to it just as much as he does, huh, Vin? I don't know if I want to get in the middle of this. Yeah, that's right. Of course. Anybody can do this.
Life is beautiful, man. You just gotta live it 1/4 mile
Yeah,
at a time.
I don't know where he gets off firing me either, Vin. We're not going to do this again.
And then over on my side, it's just Barry Weiss talking about Israel. If you disagree with anything Israel does, you're an anti-Semite. No, I'm not a Zionist. Why do you ask?
Well, that's the future. So I hope people are excited for that.
We got that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Barry Weiss, and for those of you who don't know who she is, she sucks. She used to write for the New York Times. She used to date Kate McKinnon in college.
Ooh, fun.
Fun
Look at
little
that.
nugget for you guys.
These little worlds. 6 degrees of separation. Who do you know because someone else that you know knows them?
Yeah. Whose butt did you lick in college? We want to know.
Yeah. Email us at theskimboLounge@gmail.com.
I hope it wasn't the dean.
Actually, I kind of do. That sounds like a great story.
Honestly, yeah. Well, here's the thing. We also, I will submit.
Think about the confidence it takes.
To eat the dean's butthole?
Well, to get that far. Listen, is there anything I can do to up my D to a B in anthropology? He's like, well, I'm sure there's some things that we can work out. Perhaps some extracurricular. 15 minutes later, you're licking his butt. That's a fucking ramp up to go from not ever having licked a dean's butt in your life to right there.
I'm thinking of the dean from Indiana. Oh, my God. He was this big, splotchy Australian dude. Just hear him, oh, Christ, you're eating me asshole. I'm making some Vegemite for you. He just shits in my mouth.
Oh, that's...
Now that's classic Skimbo Lounge right there.
There, it's beautiful.
There it is.
Oh, jeez. What were you going to say? You were going to say something. Well, the thing is, and then I really got into the...
I couldn't tell you. We're just, oh, no, wait. Yes, I could. That's a lie.
Oh, good.
Another classic Skimbo Lounge where I pretend I don't remember what I was going to say. We didn't work super hard at it, but we did put out some feelers to be like, hey, what do you guys like? You want us to share your stories on the show? Do you have like fun tidbits or like things you want us to talk about? Send us your topics. We got a whopping 2.
Yeah.
So, and I don't even know what they were. They were both very specific to you. So I don't know if they're anything you want to share, but.
I don't remember what they are.
Okay.
And we have a track history of disappointing our audience. So if they're the sort of thing that they really want to hear about, maybe they can go ahead and email us again about them. Send us that hate mail.
Shit, I just turned my mic off. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that,
this is it.
Thank you. Fuck you, Sales Cup.
Can you imagine? Just a quick 15-minute episode. That's the 100th.
I thought about it for a minute. I was going to text you the other day and be like, how would you like to do 10 minutes of podcast and then just call that the 100th?
That'd be so funny, but I feel like people would hate us. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'd be like, oh, finally, this is a digestible episode that I don't have to fast forward through to find something funny.
They're not talking about Baby Yoda being a fucking Me Too guy or something.
Every now and then, my eyes just roll over and they kind of foam out for a second. When I come to, they're saying something and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And all around, it was a pretty good episode.
Oh, it was a good fugue state podcast. I like it.
That'd be actually a great audience thing where they think they're listening to it, but really they're just all having a simultaneous stroke. Just for some reason, the combination of both of our voices, we don't notice it. Our friends don't notice it because they're all insane. But everyone else is just sitting at home, just having epileptic seizures, some reason from our voices.
Just the combination of our voices. Like, we laugh and they just, like, have to bite down on their wallet or something.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it's happening again.
Oh, it's that Skimbo Lounge again. Put a belt in his mouth.
The government just starts using us on the North Koreans.
Yeah. Tell us where the diamonds are. I don't know why I don't know why it was.
That's our main beef with North Korea.
Yeah.
They won't give us the diamonds.
Their sweet resources. Little did we all know for years.
We're going to build a diamond-powered laser.
You don't understand. They're like the Wakanda of diamonds.
Oh, my God, dude.
I stole a sliver. I stole a piece.
Black Panther with fucking Kim Jong-un.
I'm secretly the good guy, boys. The United States government's coming for my diamonds, and we're giving them seizures by talking about this shit.
Oh, my God. Fat Panther. That would be a fucking amazing movie.
Oh, that sounds so good. I would go see that.
Yeah. I don't know if I like Jack Black Panther or Fat Panther better. I guess they both work.
I mean, he can be the villain. Jack Black.
Actually,
he just comes in.
Jack Black Panther, yeah, he's the good guy. Kim Jong-un is Killmonger.
Okay,
right?
that's fair.
Instead of all the cuts on his body, they're stretch marks. One for every victim. They're all just donuts.
Yep.
I want to do an impersonation of him, but it's going to come out racist.
Yeah.
So I'd better just not.
You better not. I would say probably for the best.
It's just right there, and it's like with all the love in my heart for the Asian people, and I'm like, I can't do this to them.
No, of course you can't butcher a culture.
It's gonna be spectacular, but I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna hold on to this one.
Listen, man, I miss doing Morgan Freeman just as much as everybody, but some days you just got to realize you got to grow up.
Well, I will say, Morgan Freeman, I think you can get away with.
Because he's so distinct.
It's a very distinct voice, yeah.
It's wonderful. Such a smooth, silky voice.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You could totally do it.
Yeah. Another time.
Perhaps.
Yes, maybe.
Maybe once we'll do a Patreon episode of all racial impersonations.
All the voices we wish we could do. Had to put it behind a paywall, everybody, and it's just they're terrible.
Hope it was worth it, and they just share it to YouTube. First person shares it to YouTube. Done. Deplatformed.
Yeah. We try to copyright it. YouTube sues us.
That's one of my favorite things. I think we talked about it on the episode that Bobby was on. Friend of the pod, Bobby, in like episode 72. Mm-hmm. Appropriate that we're doing throwbacks on the 100th episode.
A look back. I'm Jonathan Frakes.
Nope. We made it up. Not this time.
Stroke.
That's my favorite thing, dude.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. Get Jonathan Frakes off to do. This is the Skimbo Lounge, a retrospect.
Did they say something sexist on this episode? Not this time. We made it up. We do. We need a soundboard. You guys, just Venmo me some money. I think my thing is ARKO89 on Venmo. Just Venmo us some money so we can buy a soundboard and then just like use only Jonathan Frakes clips.
I played Will Riker on Star Trek. Just
burnt tomato.
Oh, yeah, just all the worst ones.
Holy fuck.
Oh, I would die happy.
Just an all Star Trek soundboard would be incredible.
Number one. I'd hook it up to this. There'd be a whole episode of it. You guys would end up hating us.
Sir.
So please do it.
Sir. Please send us money.
That would be just for everyone's benefit.
You want the podcast to get better, don't you?
I would just do constant Twitch streams of me harassing people in games of Rainbow Six with it.
You should start streaming under the Skimbo Twitch.
Oh yeah, get literally tens of people watching me just sit in front of a computer for like 4 hours. But fuck!
Yeah,
this game is stupid.
Just fucking teenagers.
Why does everyone make fun of me?
My mom threw away the jacket that I used to fuck. Must be nice to be you, kid.
Yeah, maybe I will start doing that. You really sold me on it.
I have that effect on people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, all I've really been thinking about is that paltry $600 they're going to give us.
Oh, it's terrible. Well, as an unemployed person, I sit here and I go, I hope the rest of the people in my position knew to put some aside for taxes because they're going to kick the shit out of all of the massive number of people who got unemployment insurance this year.
They're taxing fucking PPP, too.
Yeah. They're going to tax all of it.
They said it was tax-free, and then they're like, not this
no.
time. We made it up.
Thanks, Jonathan Frakes.
Please stop making me do this.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like to quote a tweet a good tweet that I saw. I was like, why don't you just get $5 in change and throw it on the sidewalk and laugh at us while we pick it up?
Well, there's so many people out there where, like, even around here, $600 isn't a month's rent, even. So, who are you helping?
Exactly.
There's no help. You're going to hand $600 to us, and you handed over the course of the year $1 trillion to billionaires. So, how did billionaires make $1 trillion this year? And the rest of America got $1,200. Somebody did the math, and it's like $4 a day or $4.30 something. It's like that's how much we got, and the richest people got $1 trillion richer.
Yeah, and when did we get the fucking $1,200 checks?
I don't know. It depended on who you were.
Yeah,
it took forever.
Well, and it's like I only got the $1,200, and I got it a while ago. I never got unemployment. And then, of course, being home, I was immediately put to work at my father's office, the happiest place on earth.
Yeah, it's like a Disneyland.
So it's like, and I understand the mentality of like, you should be grateful. You have a job. People would kill for that job. I'm like, I don't know that they would for this one.
Yeah, just your dad in a Mickey Mouse costume. All right, kid, I'm going to drill your teeth.
I think if you were the test drinker at a diarrhea factory, you'd have more fun than I do.
Oh, nutty, yet piquant.
Put that on a shirt.
Well, you're going to have to draw that one. It's going to have to be the
diarrhea drinkers.
Yeah, it's just you with a one of those with a coffee cup that looks like a toilet bowl. Taking a nice hearty swig.
That's a good one.
Hey, you're welcome for that one.
Oh, by the way, this is a good time to mention I set up a Skimbo Lounge specific collection on my Redbubble, which you can find at Birds Are Dinosaurs. Birds Are Dinosaurs. Just come on through, take a gander. We're having fun on the Redbubble. You could it's like a mental illness petting zoo. You can see all the little designs I've made when I'm not having a good mental health day.
I'm not going to lie. I went through, because I talked to you about it a while back, where I was like, oh, we got like 5 or 6 things on there. That's fun. And I looked back later, and it was like 27 things. And I was like, okay, he's been doing some work here. And I looked at it, I was like, someone very brave is going to get one of those for like his water jug or something, like... It's just some of the really disturbing stickers. I applaud you if you get one and put it somewhere. It's a conversation starter.
I'll tell you what, Rory. Somebody in Jolly O London bought socks with you on them. They bought ball hog socks.
Get the fuck out.
A stranger bought the ball hog socks.
That's incredible.
You have no recourse to contact people who buy from your store, which I think is a mistake. Because I wanted to call them and go, are you schizophrenic? If you are, it's okay. I can guarantee that you are, and I support you. Me too.
The fact that my face is on someone's socks, I just like to think there's a cut to my socks out there, and then just some woman vomiting into them.
Yeah.
Take that! She's throwing them at Parliament.
She's just balling them up and sticking them inside of some lord's mouth while she pegs him with a studded dildo.
There's all kinds of things I can think about. Like somebody saw those, was like, I have to get this for a member of my family.
I've got to put those on me feet.
Wouldn't it be great if all of a sudden you're like, wow, we sold another 80 ball hog socks in the UK.
But it's like accidentally like a fascist thing. It's like the Proud Boys polo.
Oh no, you're using those for the wrong reason.
You can tell them by their ball hog socks.
They call them ball hoggers. The men's rights movement taking hold of the UK and now parts of Norway.
Reclaim your balls with the ball hog socks.
Well, we're making a lot of money off these socks. But then some bootleggers come in. They undercut us. Real tough stuff.
Probably the North Koreans because they heard this episode.
Yeah, very insulted. Of course, we go on to create a sticker that's just Kim Jong-un sitting on top of a diamond mine.
Yeah.
That also gets a lot of popularity. Different reasons.
It's just him fighting Jack Black and both of them immediately collapsing in a heap.
Yeah. Little diamond sparkle over the top of it.
Just having a big belly fight, yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, my God. I thought about that the other day. I want to do like an updated Seinfeld. And you do the puffy shirt episode, but it's a Proud Boys polo. You're going to be the first Proud Boy. But I don't want to be a Proud Boy.
Oh. Did you say you were going to wear it, Jerry?
You said you would wear the Proud Boy polo on the show.
Oh, so you're a Proud Boy, Jerry. Well, I didn't even want to wear the shirt.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, God, Jerry's got the Proud Boys mad at him. They said you made fun of the shirt.
You could, excellent tie-in for the Van Buren boys, too. You bring them in to fight the Proud Boys. If you don't know Seinfeld, this is all
lost on you.
You probably
what
watch
have you been
Friends.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch, fuck you.
You know something I realized about the Proud Boys that I didn't know before?
Big fan of Friends, the Proud Boys?
Yes. Surprisingly, all Joey fans.
Well,
Lighthearted.
I think we can all make that connection.
Because he comes the most, yes.
Okay, go on.
No, but that ties in with my point, which is they don't masturbate. These guys don't come unless it's inside of a poor woman.
The Proud Boys?
The Proud Boys.
That's
they
like
think
part of their... Do you have what is their modus operandi? Like, what's their whole fucking deal? What are they trying to do other than be proud boys?
I think
And
that's
apparently not masturbate.
basically it. Just prove that they're viable men.
Oh, that's sad.
Which is funny because your organization has boy in the title.
Yeah. We're really thinking of that one. Could have taken Proud Men. We'd all be talking about the Proud Men.
Can you imagine like a bunch of women like lobbying at the Supreme Court and they're like, we're the smart girls. We want to be taken seriously.
Yeah, you'd probably be like, oh no. What are you doing?
It's fucking stupid. Their initiation is stupid. You get like a gangland style beatdown while you have to name cereals.
Well, it's basically just these fucking ridiculous things happening now where you go to cities and it's just Antifa versus the Proud Boys. And it's just angry people on the left versus angry people on the right. And people are getting stabbed.
Yeah, didn't like 3 people get stabbed in D.C. or some shit?
So apparently what ended up happening was there was some guy walking down the street wearing black and they thought he was part of Antifa. So a bunch of Proud Boys jumped him. He wasn't a part of Antifa. And he pulled out a knife and he stabbed a bunch of them.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah. That's at least what I believe happened. I could be wrong, and I've been wrong about a couple things. Like last episode, when I said Rob Lowe was in the new Brady Bunch movie, it wasn't him. It was someone else.
Tim Conway.
Thank you.
You texted me about that.
I went back, and I was like, oh, man. And you kind of look at him, and you go, I could understand how my mind would make me think that was Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
A little bit. You know?
Yeah.
It's like the hair, maybe. I don't know what it is.
You see, I have
face, bone structure.
Yeah, the cheekbones.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's a correction. Skimbo Corrections, which is also the name of the private prison that we're going to be launching in 2022. Just working out the kinks now. Got the blueprints going. Real grim place.
Yep. They're going to manufacture all the merch.
Yeah.
Process the diamonds from North Korea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mostly political prisoners because the world's, things don't get better, people. Things are not going to get better from here on out.
I like to think that's our audience, just political prisoners. Prisoners in their own body, 600-pound people who can't leave the house. That's our target audience right there.
And they like the doom and gloom.
They can't get away from this.
What's going to happen? And we feed them like baby birds. You see, Donald Trump's going to pack himself full of C4 and walk in and blow himself up on the day when, the transfer really happens to Biden. And everything gets thrown into chaos. And Don Jr. sweeps in with an AK-47 and subjugates the world. And everyone's like, what a douche. Ivanka gets shot.
Yeah.
Probably pretty quick.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And they didn't tell her for whatever reason. He's trying to protect her.
Well, Don's got to get rid of all the other competition. Baron, the other girl that no one remembers her name.
Oh, it becomes very much like 20 years from now. It's a real Mad Max situation, Just him sitting at the top of White House in a chair made of bones.
Coming this spring to the Garden Mall's Megaplex, it's the 14th annual Hungry Games. That's right, the Hungry Games, where we take the receipts of every sale made inside the mall and draw 24 lucky customers to battle to the death for a chance at life-changing shopping spree. Watch as contestants battle against each other in a fun assortment of bioengineered wildlife, all in the hopes of the right to an all-expenses-paid shopping spree.
Oh,
my Aunt Ruth was picked last year, and she was killed by a trident. But I figured possibly dying is worth being able to get an Xbox and a PlayStation for free this year. I'd step on a few heads for that. Play Spider-Man on a 4K screen. It sounds pretty great.
24 contestants enter, 1 contestant leaves.
Last year's winner lost an arm in the games, and I gotta say, it sure did seem like that limited her shopping ability, along with that 1,000-yard stare she developed. So if I get picked, I'm going to try and keep both of my arms so I still look great in a cardigan.
Watch the carnage this year from the comfort of your own home, or come on down to the mall's brand new, state-of-the-art Chill Zone, where you can watch the action on 3-story tall IMAX screens after checking out the new Icy Bar.
I miss my dad.
This year's Hungry Games come with the addition of 6 extra gladiators, armed with the latest in body armor and weaponry, just to keep things interesting. Cheer on gladiators like Killdozer, Ice Pick, and Chet.
I'm still not sure what I'm doing here.
Participation is compulsory. Check the back of your store receipts for details. If you are picked and do not arrive within 2 business days, we will hunt you like an animal, which will also be broadcast live in the mall's brand new Chill Zone. Feel the chill.
If I'd known about this, I probably would have just done my shopping on Amazon. No, that's a lie. I don't like supporting Jeff Bezos.
So get ready, shoppers. Tighten those buttholes for this year's 14th annual Hungry Games.
Don't you guys mean Hunger Games?
We'd prefer not to get sued to the max. So come on down to the Garden Mall's Megaplex on Route 49, or we'll find you.
It was fun while it lasted. Existence, the podcast, America, all of it.
I mean, we got to keep going as long as the power stays on. But once the power's gone, that's when the looting begins.
Yeah.
Then you got to start, going for the things, hoarding your bottle caps, because that's going to be the currency. That and probably silver bars, I assume.
I mean, the bottle cap
Coins.
thing is interesting because if they're twist-offs, they stay intact, right?
Yeah.
If they're not, if they're pop-top,
Yeah, you got to be careful.
I mean, what is that worth?
I don't think anyone's going to accept that.
I don't think so.
You better flatten it out.
Yep.
It's got to be somewhat decent. I think the twist-off's where you go for. Yeah. Yep. Coca-Cola bottling plant immediately taken over.
Yeah, right.
Immediately taken over by
No,
bandits.
Mexican Coke is a fucking.
I didn't say Mexican Coke.
Flippy
I
top.
said the Coca-Cola bottling plant.
They're the only ones that make glass bottle Coke, aren't they?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure Mexican Coke is the only glass bottle Coke.
Really?
I could just be saying that.
Well, then again, if you take over the plant, maybe you can get the bottle caps before they're put on the bottles.
Now you're thinking.
See?
Now you're
See?
thinking.
That's why it's got to. And then, of course, maybe they have. Obviously, they're manufacturing them there as well.
So if you guys want to donate to the Skimbo Patreon so we can subjugate a factory in Juarez.
Yeah, we can all go together. That'll be great. Maybe we should just start building this as the cult for after the world ends. We can all unify and build a series of tin cans that we can use to communicate with.
Yeah, you guys are buying equity in the Skimbo Lounge for the end times. Smartest thing you could do. What, are you going to invest in Tesla? Suck my dick.
No, buy a shotgun and get some bullets.
Stock up on butter. It's going to be scarce soon.
It's just 3 years from now. It's just us doing this show with a bullhorn over about 150 very deluded people.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with eating raccoons? And
They're just emaciated and covered in flies, and we're just fat as shit.
Yep.
Just pouring out of 2 bone thrones.
So now we've become the Immortan Jones. It's great.
For a little fiefdom.
I'm like that we've written ourselves. We're like the big fish in the small pond.
Yeah.
One day, eventually, we get taken out by raiders. We're too fat to get away. They use us to make candles.
Protect your king! Protect your...
They're just too emaciated. We should have thought this through a little bit better.
Probably. We
But-
should have fed a couple of them.
But while we lived well. And that's what's important to us.
Here for a good time, not a long time. That's the Skimbo Lounge's whole ethos.
And a bunch of other phrases. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Stick and move. My penis. We'll do all the catchphrases
Yeah.
right now.
That was beautiful. I think we might have missed one. Shuck 'em up.
Shuck 'em up.
Shitter's full.
Shitter's full is a good one.
I think that's all of them.
What are we? I mean, women are stupid. Like, I guess.
Try to take a drink of water.
I was on that other guy's podcast, that Junkhead pod.
Yeah, we're friends with him now, right?
Yeah, and that was one of the things I brought up on there. I was like, it's pretty fucking wild that basically my entire shtick on this show for the last 3 months has been shitting mercilessly all over white women, and they're the only ones that really listen consistently to the show.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful sentiment. It's basically what you're saying is that people like abuse.
I honestly, yeah.
I think it's just we've all been inside and we're all so cold and the winter sucks and COVID sucks and you're just like, slap me so I know I'm real.
I'm touch starved. It doesn't matter how that touch comes to me. I just need the skin on skin contact.
Just please. It means you felt something enough to do it.
Slam my finger in the washer door. I don't care.
Oh, I think that's a beautiful sentiment.
I think so.
It's a wonderful metaphor for our show. I think we should just change that with whatever our bio says now.
Yeah. This podcast really is kind of like The Abyss. You just look into it and see what you want to see.
Hit me so I know I'm real.
That is another shirt right there.
Skimbo Lounge.
Hit me so I know I'm real.
Great. Write that one down.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
Get some complimentary ball hog socks.
Join the movement.
Yeah, it's really weird to think. I had somebody I know texted me a picture of the ball hog, and they're like, "Is there like a reference for this at all?" And I was like, "No, not really." Kosh just decided to draw me doing weird stuff.
Well, where that comes from is in grad school, I had to take a filmmaking course in my
I took a bunch of
major.
weird pictures for you.
I just remember being like, it was a Wednesday night, and I was like, fuck, I got an assignment that's due tomorrow. You want to hop the train and come to Brighton? And I just photographed you doing sexual shit with food.
Right, I remember. Do you have you're saying that eventually also someone from the UK will be buying me sensually licking a waffle on a t-shirt?
This is the exact one I was thinking of. I did you as a bacon Cthulhu. You just had a giant bundle of bacon hanging out of your mouth.
I remember that. It was very tasty.
I made you eat eggs off a plate off the floor like a dog and just like took these. And then the ball hog one was like 2 apples in a plastic bag that hung like testicles. And I shot it from lying on the floor looking up at you while you were ringed in light. It's honestly a fucking amazing photograph.
You artist.
And I played with depth of focus and everything. And as soon as it came up on the slideshow in class, the professor was like, okay, all right.
Great. I'm famous.
I was like, don't censor me. He's beautiful.
Oh, no.
They hated they being my classmates and the professor, fucking hated everything I brought in for that class because every single one ended with you. You were in all of them, and you puked in every single one.
I sure did. My favorite was the applesauce. The applesauce was the best one.
I found that raw footage. I don't know what happened to the final edited version of it, but it was basically my roommate was playing a bag lady, and you were playing like a sad guy on the swing.
Hangover or something.
Yeah, and like she's eating out of the trash, and you see it, and you puke up a little applesauce. It was a great shot. And of course, like I put in more work. Most people just set up the camera. One of my classmates, I love her to death. She literally set up a camera and in protest just had 2 people sitting there. One hands the other a note. There's one close-up with the note that says, "Do you like me? Check yes or no." And the guy checks yes and hands it back. They smile at each other. Done. 15 seconds. I made a 7-minute video about you puking. They just hated it. They're like,
another interesting art piece from Mr. Koch.
Thank
What
you,
else is
Mr.
like
Koch.
30 seconds long? My cat snuffles.
basically everybody like hated that class and didn't want to do the work associated with it. And I was like, well, I'm mentally ill and you've given me editing tools and a camera.
So why not?
I don't want to go home because then I'm left with my thoughts. So I'll stay here all night making an opus, which then led, they were all like, no more, like the puke was excessive. We didn't like the puke.
I hate it.
They didn't go, oh, you didn't frame this right, or it was too exposed or whatever. It was, we didn't like the puke. That was excessive. It was just applesauce. So the second one, which was
they
you
didn't
and
like
Tanner,
what it implied.
yeah. And then the second one, which was you and Tanner, I upped the ante and I had you puke soup, chunky soup, into a trash can.
Well, didn't he also? No, he ate it.
Tanner then ate it with a spoon. He ate your puke with a spoon.
Yes, he did.
And I put in disgusting sound effects.
Yeah.
They did not like it.
Well, I remember watching that, and it is made to be wildly uncomfortable. And you make the audio jarring and uncomfortable. All of it is super uncomfortable. And so, I mean, you accomplish what you're trying to, but that's the point.
Right. To just hate fuck them by putting effort into something.
Yep. And they're like, well, I hated it. You're like, good, you found something.
Excellent.
Oh, so you got it then.
You've done it. You see my genius.
Yep.
I need you to see what I see. Do you see?
Just you puking.
I believe I stab out my ears or something.
You do.
Yeah.
Yep. It was a very conceptual piece, and once again, nobody could get past the vomit.
No, of course not.
It's like I'm dealing with amateurs.
You should have just done the same thing that she did, but done it with like us. Do you like me?
Or just the note says, "I've got a gun."
Check yes or no. And she's like, I don't understand what this means. Whack!
You just get pistol whipped. That would have been fucking great.
See, art.
Where were you fucking 5 years ago when we were making that? Oh, fuck.
It's the way it goes.
Yep. Greendale's the way it goes.
Oh, yeah, they got us. Imagine getting sued by them for mentioning Community.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
Community and fucking Bruce Hornsby get us.
Well, apparently we got to be really careful now. It was they're like trying to pass something with music copyright laws right now, where if we get caught using any of them, like they're upping like it's no longer going to be a misdemeanor, it's going to be a felony.
Great.
They're basically just trying to screw over a shit ton of Twitch. Like it's the kind of thing where like you can accidentally get sent something and you open it up and it's a copywritten song that you are technically making money from on your Twitch stream, and they've got you. Doesn't matter.
Because that's what we need to be doing, is putting fucking TikTokers and Twitch streamers in jail.
I don't know. You maybe don't want to be so quick there. Some of them, this sounds like not a terrible idea. I just don't know how you direct it towards the people that you want off Twitch and Twitter and all these other things that they're making. Or I don't know if you can do it on Twitter, but like on Twitch and other streaming platforms. I don't know how you trick a YouTuber into uploading something with all the editing that goes on. But yeah, definitely Twitch streamers. What's this? And it's just, I don't know, something from Tupac.
To my window.
Fuck! Your computer literally explodes.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. We're talking about my Redbubble, too. Mm-hmm. And this is like kind of me giving myself a compliment by way of the website giving me a compliment.
Yeah, okay, go on.
But like some of the things I've drawn, like Miley Cyrus and shit, and David Bowie,
They've gotten struck.
they've been taken off the site because the
Stricken.
facial recognition software goes, oh, that's an image to which you don't hold the rights.
Thank you!
That's wonderful. And they're like, you're going to jail.
That's so wonderful. What'd you do? Burnt down my parents' house. What did you do? Got into a fight, stabbed a man. What'd you do? I drew Miley Cyrus without express written permission from her studio.
You know what happens to guys like you in prison, don't you?
We make you draw our girlfriends because we miss them.
It's like, where's he going with it? Just cut to you 3 weeks later getting a Miley Cyrus tattoo done on the back with like, they take the afro pick and they cut the thing on and they melt it and they stab you with it.
Yep.
You get that prison tat.
Russian prison tattoo. My buddy Oliver gave himself a Russian prison tattoo as a school project.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what class that was for, but he basically like put piss and shoe leather and like ink and shit into a little concoction and boiled it down
Anthropology.
and punctured it into his leg.
Oh, man. I'll be fine, see? I just got to keep it from getting infected with this toilet remedy that I also made.
I bind it in rat feces.
If it starts to look red, that's because it's working.
That just means it's sinking into your body.
And that's how he died of blood poisoning.
Yes, I legitimately was like, we're in your disgusting apartment where grease fires happen with alarming regularity. Like, I'll be over there and we'll be playing video games. And I'll be like, oh, God damn it. And the smoke alarm goes off. And they just had a bag of sand. They decided the way to deal with it was to just throw a cup of sand into their food when it caught on fire.
See, I don't miss crazy crap like that from college. It'd be that time like when you'd be like, oh, I'm tired. I've done my homework. And it's a Tuesday night. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to wake up super early tomorrow, but boy, it's going to be nice to sleep. Like 4 a.m. rolls around and just all of the fire alarms go off in the building and you wake up because some asshole like burned popcorn.
Yeah, we tried to freebase pudding.
Yeah. I made pasta noodles and forgot about it and it burned off.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, you have to stand outside for like 45 minutes in February. Fucking thanks, Terry.
Oh, dude, that happened to me once
I
again
don't
in
miss
Boston in my old place where we shot all those fucking crazy short films.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the whole building was connected, right?
One of the guys tried to cook steak with a blowtorch.
So what you're saying is I can never escape it.
Never. It's
Never.
not. You'll meet all your neighbors while you're standing out there, and poor Prim, friend of the pod, old roommate of the pod, Prim, standing out there in a paper-thin nightgown in February in Boston.
Just wasn't thinking ahead.
Yep.
No.
You can
Sometimes
tell
just
the
don't know.
firefighters had that look where they're like, if we need to cut some glass, I know who we're calling. Yep. And me being a gentleman, I could have been like, well, you could have my sweatshirt, but I'm drunk, so I didn't think to give
I'm
it to
drunk and cold.
you. My blood is thin as shit right now, so feminism, I guess.
Egalitarianism.
It's pretty nice.
Everyone's equal. So deal with your mistakes on your own.
Freeze, girl from the Middle East. Which is crazy. Yeah, she's Thai, so she lived in Bangkok, and then she moved to the UAE. She was not prepared for a Boston winter, man.
No. Those climates are slightly different.
Just a little. That was fun. She just showed up with like cartons of like Emirati cigarettes, like Emirati Camel Crushes. I was so addicted to those things for like a month.
She's like, "Do you want one?" You're like, Yes, I do. I do.
We did. We all had to go to like a welcome mixer, and I was like, I don't know. I'm like kind of nervous about meeting the people because there was like 7 of us in my class. I'm like, we don't like each other. It's gonna be a tough 2 years.
Yeah.
She's like, calm down, have a cigarette. Just
okay.
Just squeeze the little menthol ball, and I'm like, oh my god,
what is this?
I'm so calm.
It's like people smoke cigarettes to relieve stress.
Huh. How?
This could catch on.
Donnie, have you told other people about this?
Oh, man.
Yep.
I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. I know if you've been bad or good, and I will use that information against you in the court of law. Hi, I'm Ronnie Shuffshell, and there's only one thing I want for Christmas this year. Frontier justice. Ho, 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 I'm declaring open season on white women. I don't mean to paint with a broad brush, but speaking of broads, where do these Karens get off? I understand not wanting to wear a mask. I don't want to wear a condom, but sometimes you wear one just to do the right thing. But Karens have no code, no honor. The manager at Panera Bread Company tried to stand up to one of these harpies the other day, and in retaliation, she menstruated onto his leg. It's true, I was there. I couldn't even finish my minestrone. That's why I have to put a stop to this kind of behavior. I know it. The manager of the Panera Bread Company knows it, and that's why he's joining hundreds of others in my class action lawsuit against all of Karen kind. A case like this is what we in the legal profession call a slam dunkaroonie. These women are white, so women of color feel no obligation to back them up. They are women, so men don't give a shit. Finally, something we can all agree on, which is why it stands to reason that no jury in the land would rule against us, unless the trial is going in Long Island, in which case we're fucked. Irregardless, it's about time we teach these wildebeests a valuable lesson, and that lesson is you can't go around menstruating on people just because you disagree with them. Normally, shameless ignorance and unchecked aggression are traits that I admire in a person, but Karens aren't people. If you try to get a black nerd killed by the cops just to cover up the fact that you got caught trying to strangle your dog, you deserve to get punched in the face. And since I can't hit a woman, I hope to use the settlement money that I get to hire Ronda Rousey to do my dirty work for me, plus a little extra just to knee me in the balls. Hard. A couple of times. Don't stop until I spit up blood. This holiday season, give the gift of solidarity. Stand shoulder to shoulder with your neighbors and me, Ronnie Shuffshell, as we eradicate the Karen pandemic once and for all. And for legal purposes, that does not count as an endorsement of a eugenics program against Karens. Although if such an organization did exist, call me. My number is 1-800-555-8008. I'm Ronnie Shuffshell, and remember, I'm a real attorney if you believe I am.
And then, of course, friend of the pod, Claire, was constantly smoking cigs because she's like old school Italian.
Yeah.
Had like a carrying case for them. And she'd put
Snap.
a cigarette in her mouth and she would just silently wait. And that was your cue to take a lighter and light her cigarette for her.
No.
And I did not figure that out immediately.
So she yell at you?
She's like, ahem.
I don't have a lighter. What are you talking about?
I'm like, you better light that or you can't smoke it.
Hey, what are you doing, dum-dum?
Stupid European bitch. Welcome to America.
Ain't you never smoked one of those before?
It's just me doing crystal.
Yeah, Time to grow up and do meth like an adult, dearie.
I don't know how they do things in Milan. But over here, before we have to go meet all of our professors, we like to smoke crack.
Yeah, we like to get a little cranked up. Yes, Professor, that's my thesis.
Which in essence I did. I got fucking hammered and I was buzzed off the fucking Emirati menthols, so I was just a social butterfly.
You got to figure that creative professors either really appreciate and respect that, and they're like, yes, I was doing the same thing at your age, or they're like, this is wildly unprofessional of you.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't like pissing in the punch bowl or anything, but I was definitely like doing the Bill Clinton handshake where you shake the hand and your other hand's on their forearm and you do it for a really long time and make eye contact. I'm like, you're going to remember me. Maybe not for a good reason, but you'll remember me.
Yeah, it's because I could smell him.
Yeah.
He smelled of rum and European cigarettes.
You smell like menthols that were filtered through an actual camel's butthole.
Yep. It was at that point they knew he was serious about being a writer.
He's going to make it. How are we doing on time?
We're sitting just shy of 50 minutes.
Just shy of 50?
Yeah.
Where does the time go, Rory?
People were like, what the fuck were they talking about?
This stupid shit is agony for us. I'm going to check my notes and see if I had anything else I thought we should talk about.
I'm just sad because the 100th episode, you know, we wanted to do some fun things. We wanted to get Mitch on in a Santa costume.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to film the whole thing. Just couldn't do it.
Did I ever tell
Too many
you?
impediments.
Again, I can't remember what I've talked about on the show and what I haven't. Did I tell you my concept for the holiday special?
Wasn't it us killing Santa or Santa?
Well, it was you and me basically by the end having committed a murder-suicide.
Yeah. So pretty par for the course with every idea.
Pretty much.
We're Laurel and Hardy, but it ends with us murder-suiciding one another. All right. That's great.
Well, and that was the laugh line for me, was like I was writing the script and my character, me, was like, by the end of the episode, Rory, we'll find out which one of us is a murderer and which one of us is a suicider. And you're like, I'm pretty sure in a murder-suicide, one person is both. And I just look at you and I'm like, no, that can't be true. You're full of shit. And I'm so bummed out that we didn't get to do it.
That's a shame.
Because Mitch he was going to play the Krampus.
Yeah. We're going to get a full furry costume for Mitch.
Come here, let me crack them toes.
Hope it doesn't awake something in me.
Found out I really love wearing a pubic wig.
Turns out Mitch decided to wear that Krampus costume for 37 days after we filmed.
It's just a Sasquatch costume with no head. He's wearing it to work.
Until the work finally put their foot down and told him that he either needed to take it off or start bathing with it.
Yeah. Mitch, if you want to wear your little werewolf ghillie suit, that's fine, but you're going to have to dry clean it.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, so it's a shame. I mean, we had such lofty ideas for what we wanted to do, but instead we had to be the same random, inane assholes. I mean, Jonathan Frakes got in there a little bit, so that's nice.
Not this time. We made it up.
People don't know what that's a reference to, I bet.
Was it Beyond Belief? Is that what it's
It's
called?
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh,
and
right.
he hosted it, and they would do like these little Believe It or Not segments. He'd be like, did you remember this thing that we said about that? It's not true. We made it up. Just somebody cut together like 3.5 hours of him doing it.
He was just perfect for it.
Oh, it's so good. Not this time.
He's just such a like boring, stoic, totally generic person, and that's why he's so amazing. Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah. We always say we're never going to talk about Star Trek either, but here's a fun fact about Star Trek. The reason that he always sat down in the chairs the way he did is because Jonathan Frakes had terrible back problems. So if you go back and you're watching Star Trek and you ever see number one sit down, notice the strange way he does it where he swings his leg over the chair and then leans into it. It's because he had a bad back.
Interesting. Did you see that guy in Parliament who like finished his like moment to speak on the floor and then just like violently threw himself backwards onto the bench?
No, but I will now have to go find this.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah. Was it like some very powerful speech or was it just like, yes, thank you very much?
Some British guy
Whips himself back.
My wig hasn't been sufficiently powdered, and then just throws himself. Goodness.
That's what we think of politics in the UK.
I have a very low opinion of UK politics ever since they bounced Jeremy Corbyn out of the Labour Party.
Yeah.
Oops, that was too much politics. Now I'm going to get beaten.
We're gonna you get your first piece of hate mail. How dare you, sir? I bought your socks, and now I wish to return them. I no longer wish to be a member of the Ball Hogs.
You no longer represent me or my ball hoggishness.
Man, you got to keep me updated too. I want to know what ridiculous things people buy with my face on them now.
I'll let you know.
That's just such a confusing purchase. Someone's gonna be like, someone for Christmas is just gonna be like, I hate these.
What is this supposed to be?
I really hope that was the goal of the gift, was to get something the other person's going to fucking hate.
I really hope it was some like old woman who's like, I got these for my granddaughter. They're Guardians of the Galaxy socks. Look, it's Christopher Pratt.
Yeah. I'm not sure what he's doing. Are those apricots in the bag? I'm not sure.
It says, I am Groot.
Grandma. I wanted a Game Boy.
It's just her talking to a ceramic owl in the home.
I
got these for you.
Pack hits the ground. Oh, you love them.
Oh, look at you.
One of the orderlies comes by. These are fucking stupid.
I'm going to take these home and jerk off into these.
New cum socks.
For me and my flatmate.
That's what becomes of my face. That's beautiful.
Just every night.
Every night he finishes with me staring at him.
Just that downward glance.
Yeah, looking down on him. Don't you judge me.
I mean, the composition of that shot, again, to suck my own dick was just chef's kiss.
Well, apparently it was nice enough for someone to purchase.
Just in time for the holidays.
Well done.
And that's the thing, is I got to start making more designs that are just like off the wall and only mean anything to us. Because if I try to put up fucking Bruce Springsteen high-fiving Jesus, it's going to get taken down.
Well, does that mean we can't do Nighthawks with Worf and Al Pacino?
I tried. The detail on that is just like so infinitesimally small.
You're a failure.
I am.
You have failed.
I am. You couldn't make out any features. They were just dots.
It's beautiful.
So
Get a large canvas. Make it your work.
Yes, my life's work.
Let's make Worf Hawks. Sir, your eggs are ready.
Sunny side up, sir.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
beautiful.
know. We're just going to have to come up with our own shit, I guess. Sticker of the Month Club for 2021.
That's beautiful.
Can't beat Ball Hog, but we sure will try. I personally support the Patreon, not the patriarchy.
Apparently, everyone else doesn't, though.
Well, I haven't done anything with it yet, but someone asked me. They were like, is that a real thing? I'd buy that. I'm like, oh, well, me and my big fucking mouth. No, it's not. But it will be.
There you go.
Yeah.
Put it on a coffee mug.
Yeah.
People love that.
It's very
People
true.
will love that.
I'm really surprised Chris Christie hasn't come after me for the one I put of him on the mug of him eating his own ass.
Yeah, eating his own butt.
Yep. At least we got some simple pleasures in this world.
It's like, if anything, I'd go back and change it where he's like, I don't know how I'm going to finish all of this.
There's bites taken out of it already.
Yeah.
I had a great tweet the other day where Chris Christie did a PSA about like wear a mask, and I put, to be fair, he did think the mask was a feed bag. It got no traction. Twitter sucks, dude. You know how many people have done variations on the same joke of this? Like, everyone loves this joke now. If you're attracted to Machine Gun Kelly, you don't get to ask what's in the vaccine. If you have sex with straight guys, you're not allowed to ask what's in the vaccine. If you're attracted to Pete Davidson, you're not allowed to ask what's in the vaccine.
Yeah. Because
Everyone
people
just
are lazy.
Passing the same hack joke around, just changing the paint job on it.
Well, that's what a lot of Twitter is. You'll see somebody says something rather clever, and then someone more popular will say the same thing several minutes later and get way more notice for it. And you sit there and go, what is fucking wrong with Twitter?
And then they just all litigate. It's like, oh, actually, that was my joke. Thanks for the credit.
Yeah.
And then some stranger jumps in and is like, he doesn't have to give you credit.
Yeah.
That's called parallel thinking.
Yeah.
Let me mansplain comedy Twitter to you.
Yeah, and you sit there and go, well, great. Maybe this isn't the place to do that kind of argument anyways. We're all making fake bucks off of nothing.
Yeah, basically. You're not even making money off of Twitter. You're
No.
basically just like trying to amass a following to come join you somewhere else.
Yeah. Do people on Twitter make money when you have like 1 million people following you? Is there like a thing where like, you make so much revenue for Twitter, we're going to give you that little check? And
I don't think you can I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think you can monetize Twitter, but I think Twitter gets you the following, and then they listen to your podcast, they support your Patreon, they, buy your
I
shirts
really
and
want people
shit.
on Twitter to see my butthole, so that's really important. We gotta link the Twitter to our OnlyFans.
Start the OnlyFans.
So look at that. Look at all the glitter. Look at all the glitter that guy has on his butthole.
You farting glitter.
Just me doing art. My butt looks like a sunset.
I can make you a Jackson Pollock without using my hands.
Oh, just trick people. He got really good at it. I really thought I was looking at the album art for Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here," and no, it was just his asshole. I don't know how he did that.
Incredible.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, that's
that nothing else says the 100th episode like that, I guess.
all the news that's fit to print. We've got butthole splatter art, basically.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else? I think we're pretty good then.
No, I did have one thing I wanted to bring up to you. I guess I'll bring it up on air so people can figure out whether they need to lower their expectations or.
Whoa, that's a gun! No,
I did have one last thing for you, Rory.
I just love you so much.
I scratched your name into the bullet. I was thinking about this, and this sounds like a lazy thing, but I assure you it's actually going to be more work for me. So if you want to hate fuck me with it, go ahead. I was thinking about, we've only got one more episode coming out in 2020, right?
Yeah.
Should we do a clip show?
Let's do a clip show. I mean, we could take
Clip show Calypso?
our funniest moments, or
Yeah.
that's a lot of shit to listen to.
It's a lot of shit to listen to. I think we would probably I have a vague sense of where certain things are. Like, I know one in episode 68, I'm like, there's a bit in there that I've considered making its own video for a long time. I could throw that in there.
Do we think people want to hear a clip show?
It's a great question, Rory.
Because I remember when I was watching shows, like when you're watching The Simpsons back before it took that plummet off the cliff, they'd do a clip show, and I'd be like, this fucking sucks. I've seen all this shit already.
But it's your favorite moments, Rory.
And it makes me know it. But those are never your favorite moments. It never ends up being good.
Yeah, they're always just what's on the desktop.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Has this joke been made before, The Simpsons, but it's just called The Simps?
It's just one dude eating TV dinners.
Women are not to be trusted. They are all whores. If she breathes, she is just a thought.
Wow, look at that. You really went for it.
I've had this plan for quite a while.
So yeah, maybe we'll consider a clip show then.
It's that, or it's going to be an hour of us doing The Simps.
Yeah.
Groundskeeper Willie doesn't masturbate because he'll lose his manly essence.
Yeah, I'm a proud boy.
I'm a proud boy.
That's what he sounds like. That's exactly. Don't go listen to him.
Spot fucking on.
It's incredible.
Again, to bring it full circle, I can't believe Proud Boys think jerking off makes your essence float into the ether. Someone just knock on the door?
Oh, I don't know. I thought I heard somebody.
Oh, you pointed at the door. Is someone there?
Maybe we're just losing our
I
minds.
think more than likely.
Anyways, you're going to talk about Proud Boys some more, so maybe it's a good time to...
It's probably, yeah.
All right.
I was about to unfavorably compare them to Aboriginals, who are good people, whereas Proud Boys are stupid and can't
yes.
get laid.
Good comparison. Well done.
Absolutely.
We got there, guys. We got there.
We did it. All right. Well, do you have anything to plug?
Nope, just the normals, Check out all the podcasts that are in our little brand, our little world, in the Skimbo network. We're going to take credit. Even the other one's like, we don't care. We don't really want you to associate with us. It's not that great, guys. You guys talk about some weird stuff.
Yeah. Please don't absorb us without our consent.
Our audiences do not overlap well. They are 3 separate circles in a Venn diagram of sadness.
So until next time, thank you, go fuck yourselves, and goodbye.